Welcome, 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 intrepid viewers. Here we are again at the end of another Trump week. I think a couple of interesting things have happened this week that give me heart. And one of those things is apparently attorneys general in New York and Maryland have said Trump has a case to answer on contravening the emolument clause. And that's about Trump hotels and that people stay in them when they want to try and curry favour with the president, and it affects other businesses in the area and things like that. Now, that's interesting because it feels, on the ground, it feels like he gets away with everything. And this is why I keep counselling for caution and patience, because he's not actually getting away with everything. These sort of things are going to come back and haunt him. And remember, Al Capone got done for taxes, not for killing dozens of people. It's a bit like that. I think that's good news. And the other good news on the legal front, I thought, was the judge who said Trump can be subpoenaed in one of the sexual harassment cases. I think it was Summer Zavros or whoever. And again, if Bill Clinton had to go to court, why shouldn't Trump? And again, this is interesting because his base and the cowardly, filthy, hypocritical Republicans who don't even like him or his policies and support him, it's starting to make him seem less than invincible. Once people start seeing him going in and out of courtrooms, it's not a good look. And I think it'll sort of strip him back of some of his Teflon status, you know. That's what I'm hoping anyway. So I think that was good. Now this reading is going to be about Bolton and his appointment. A truly foul, disgusting, oppositional creature. People apparently in the UN still talk about him as the worst US representative ever. This is someone who makes Nikki Haley look warm and fuzzy. You know. So he would wait until 115 countries had spent 2 years negotiating something and then go into a meeting and just blow it up. You know, he's very Trump-like in that way, you know, very destructive also. So this reading is on him. With this presidency, it's really hard to get out and away from the porn industry, isn't it? Why is Bolton still wearing that dreadful 70s porn star moustache? I mean, it's a shocker. It's truly, truly bad. Someone should tell him. Okay, let's see what's happening with Bolton and Trump. Bolton and Trump. I thought I'd resurrect the toss deck for someone who's so hideous. So, Bolton and Trump. Oh, something fell out. Oh, okay. I'll have a little look-see. Yeah. Adjustment, as it's called, in the toss deck. Look very closely. It's very like the Justice card, isn't it? Like the imagery when you think of it as the scales and weighing up. But there's a slightly sinister edge to this depiction. There's the sword of justice here, weighing up what's going on. Has Bolton got some dirt in the background that could bring him undone? I guess he has to go for confirmation. I don't know. We'll see. Okay, so that's overarching both of them. Okay. So that's for both of them. Then I'm doing a Bolton line and a Trump line. So let me lay out the cards. How funny is that? Okay, let me bring you on down here. So, Bolton's first card is the Star, Hope. He thinks, you know, he is going to bring this new vision and hope to the role, and he hopes he will be able to influence Trump and carry out Trump's agenda, and so he's very optimistic in the role. The twin card for Trump, here we have the Ace of Swords, so they've met and think they share a vision. Bolton thinks he can carry it out. So Trump's vision is to cut through the bullshit and to rock the world, and he's the man to lead that, and he's now appointed Bolton. So that makes sense. Remember this as we move through the reading. They think they're on the same page. However, very quickly, amazingly quickly, like very soon, Bolton's got sorrow. He's going to go, gulp, why the fuck did I think anyone can talk to this man or represent this man who changes his mind at 3-minute intervals? Oh my God, I'm in trouble. Trump, next to that, Prince of Wands. This is Trump, I think, himself. Given that he behaves like a child and the prince is younger than the king, I think this is Trump in his petulant identity. He has his rule the world, I'm a king identity. This is his, I can do whatever I wish to do. And I'll return to this card in a short while. Bolton's next card, unfortunately for him, is the Aeon, the very Egyptian card of power and judgment. He will be judged for what he says and does, right? Now, very oddly, Trump has the Two of Cups, the Lovers. What I think is going to happen here is Trump's not going to realise how upset and disappointed Bolton is. He thinks the relationship will be all right. My feeling generally is this relationship will not last very long. So, just to recap so far, Bolton's optimistic. He can, he's on the same page as Trump, and he can influence him and get his own agenda, his Bolton agenda out there. He quickly realises that's a disaster and he'll be judged for that. Trump's excited, he's got the new boy, he's fired up with the Prince of Wands. It's a very fiery card. And he has no idea that he has upset Bolton because he has no idea how the world works and how people work. Okay, so I'm just going to move those up a bit for the next two. Okay, here you have, okay, the Prince of Wands, right, the fiery card, and Bolton's sorrow card. What is flashing through my mind is very quickly Bolton's going to think, how can I get out of here? This is the Chariot. He's the bull in the china shop. He's going to go forward with all these ghastly, provocative policies. He's a warmonger. right? As is Trump. Now this is interesting, and it happens all the time with Trump. The Knight of Cups, the cups are emotion, and the Chariot doesn't look like it, but when you look closely, on the head of the charioteer is a crab, signifying astrologically Cancer, the ultimately emotional card. So emotionally, they're going to hit conflict. Boom! Right, Bolton's emotional state and Trump's emotional state. Let me just say something here quickly. You're talking to alpha males, and it's never good in close quarters. So what Trump keeps doing, which is kind of mystifying, he keeps employing strong guys and then gets upset when he can't make them do what he wants. And so then he has to get rid of them. And he actually doesn't like doing that. We know that from right back in Apprentice days. But he doesn't get it. He just keeps doing it. I'll pick the strong guy, and then why doesn't he bend his knee to me? And it keeps happening. So I see it clash very quickly. Okay. Now, what's happening here? Oh, well, they're outcome cards. Bolton's is the Two of Discs, change. In the Rider-Waite deck, it's that juggling card. He is going to be worried very quickly. He's an egotistical, awful man, so his ego is very flattered to get this job, but that's going to fall over very quickly, be replaced by other emotional energies, and he's going to want to change. Now, does that mean he wants to try and keep changing Trump or change the course that Trump's taking? I wonder, because Trump's card is disappointment. And exactly as I was just saying, I think here's Alpha Bolton wanting to change Trump, and Trump going, oh, I only got you into this job and so you wouldn't challenge me, and now I'm upset and I don't understand. Oh, such petulant children. And the outcome card here, the Nine of Cups. The Nine of Cups, remember in the Rider-Waite deck, it's that merchant figure with his arms crossed, open and closed. What should be happiness comes at a price, right? So there's all these rewards, and if it was a personal reading, it's could be a very positive card. But in this, you've got to look at why it's twinned with the change. And for Trump, with the Four of Cups, there's another card in the top pack that is debauchery, but in this there's also an element of debauchery. So if you look at this, how to read this? It's where luxury tips over into debauchery. So in terms of outcomes, I think Bolton in a way could win the alpha male clash with Trump. Well, basically any strong man does, because Trump is not a strong man. But it's not going to bring him the happiness that he wants. Trump, on the other hand, despite having all his wealth, does not have what he thinks is the kudos he deserves. It's not going as well as he thought. It's a time for re-evaluation, the Four of Cups. And as we know, the toddler tyrant is not big on reflection. So in a sense, as so often happens with Trump readings and new appointees, starting off in a sparkle and a dazzle, degenerating into scandals and headbutting, the antlers are out, antler, and Bolton basically winning the fight. And for him, what winning the fight means, I think, is leaving. He's going to have the kudos for some time and then leave, and Trump is going to be, yet again, where is it? Disappointed. How can this be? Is there no justice? Okay, so that's the 70s porn star Bolton for you, and I'll do another reading very shortly. Bye.